this is something that I haven't talked about in a while, and it's SEO, which I think is like, used to be a hot topic and now it's not a hot topic. So do lawyers need to be approaching SEO differently than they did a few years ago? And if you think so, what adjustments should they be making?
So SEO is not dead. We hear this all the time, every year, every 2 years. Everybody's like, SEO is dead. It's something else is the new shiny object. But at the end of the day, SEO is just search engine optimization, right? So it's just trying to get your content, your website, whatever it is that you are doing, to have the Google bots like you and put you at the top of their search engine. So over time, fashion changes, right? Things change. But everybody's still wearing clothes, well, hopefully. And so even though the fashions change, everybody is still wearing clothes. So SEO has changed a little bit, in my opinion, especially with the Google rollout. I have it. I think a lot of other people have it as well, where you can have the AI generated little box at the top. But at the end of the day, AI, they're not our robot overlords quite yet. Close, but not quite. And so they are still pulling their answers from the best content that is at the top of their search engine. So I think that the distinguishers will be, and the changes will be that everybody's trying to use Chat GPT and everything else, all these AI tools to try to get to the top of the search engine. But everybody is doing that, right? So you need to have content on there that showcases your expertise, authority, trustworthiness, but is also unique, is clever, is insightful, is genuine, is approachable, right? Is all of these things that set you apart. And that is where I think you will shine on the search engines, and people will still find you at the top. And the Google bots will promote you in their little box at the top as well.
And I would take a step back and ask the question, why SEO? And is that really for me? From a standpoint of a lawyer looking at who his or her target audience is, where business is coming from traditionally, what the website's use is. Is it for validation as an expert? Is it for recruitment purposes? Is it a warehouse to store information about the different players on the team? And if you're not really looking to be at the top of Google, or it's too competitive of a landscape, you may want to consider all the other dozens of mediums, and maybe don't invest in SEO. It doesn't mean you can't create great content. Doesn't mean you can't get backlinks and do some of the basic things that are just good practices to have. But I think that there's some lawyers where that's going to be the most important thing they need to do, is to get people to their website and convert those leads. And others that are in the B2B space, or that are in a different area, they're going to look at SEO and go, is that really the bite that I need to take to market my business effectively? And many would say, no, it's not.
That's interesting. I mean, I think that's the reason that the world of marketing is so diverse. I mean, my opinion is pretty different than that. I think that pretty much all your competition is working SEO. And so there are different ways to work your SEO for sure. There are some law firms that do better on social media, or they do better with, different formats, podcasts or video content or whatever it is. But at the end of the day, people still need to find you on the internet. And if they're not finding you, they're finding your competitors. So I would definitely want them to find you.
Yeah. And again, that's the important thing of diversity in thought. And again, I'm a huge fan of SEO. I feel like that if there's 500 attorneys in Chicago ahead of me competing for the same business, for me to get in and jump in and spend thousands and thousands of dollars and hundreds of to thousands of man hours trying to pump out content to compete with that, there might be LinkedIn. It's not that I won't be found. I'll just be found under my name. I won't be found under certain search results, or I just do pay-per-click and cut the cord that way. So I think, again, you have to look at the situation, the scenario, and identify, what is it going to take to become number one or on page 1 or 2, and is that really worth the squeeze to get the juice?